So VASYL Lomachenko has decided to retire at the age of 37. I personally think it's a great decision that he just made. The reason why I think so is because if you think about it, like literally, he said the reason why he wants to retire is because he feels like he doesn't have the same energy or drive towards boxing as he once did. So as soon as you feel like you don't have the same drive towards it, it's the best time to leave the sport, in my opinion. Um, to be honest with you, in terms of his legacy, what he accomplished, obviously he became I think he was he was the fighter that became a three-time free weight champion in the least amount of fights. I think he has 12 fights. Obviously he was a double Olympic gold medalist. Obviously in the amateurs, he's probably one of the greatest amateur fighters to ever live. And obviously he went through this stretch where he fought like four undefeated fighters and made them all quit. So honestly speaking, I think he is one of the greatest fighters that I've personally witnessed. Had the opportunity to actually see him in the Olympics when he came to the London 2012 Olympics. He fought I think it was he fought some Cuban guy in the semi-finals, and he completely whitewashed him. And in my opinion, I think he could have been, in terms of his professional career, I think he could have done better. In my opinion, if he turned professional immediately after winning his first gold medal instead of trying to win his second one, I think his professional career could have been even better than it was. But truth be told, I think he'd done the right thing. I think he went out at the right time because if he kept fighting, if he kept going, I think he would have eventually have lost. And if he feels like he's gone as far as he can go, it probably is the best time to retire. Now, obviously, the lower weight fighters generally, if they're in a position where they should retire sooner because obviously with the lower weight fighters, they don't have as much they don't rely on power, they rely on speed, volume, they rely on technique. And obviously as you get older, your reflexes start to slow. And what you need to remember is in his last fight, he fought Cambosis and he won the IBO title and the IBF title. So he managed to win on a high note. He went out on top. So in my opinion, I think it's the perfect time for him to retire. I mean, it's the perfect opportunity for him to do something else. But what you need to remember is this guy started boxing at the age of 30, at the age of 5 years old. So he's literally had a 32 year stint where all he did was boxing. For 32 years, boxing is all he's ever known. So for him to retire at the age of 37, it probably is the right time for him to go. He's probably made several £1,000,000. He doesn't need to work again. He's in a position now where he's made his money, he's done his thing, and now is the right time to go. But tell me what you think. Do you think it was the right time for him to retire? I personally think it's the perfect time for him to retire. You need to know the right time to let something go, and I think he did it at the right time. Let's be real, the Tank Davis fight, that fight was never going to happen. It just isn't going to happen. Just based on Hank Davis's the path that he chose to take in his career, where he's chosen to take a low risk fight. He doesn't want to fight Lomachenko. He definitely doesn't. Even at this age where Lomachenko isn't what he used to be, he doesn't want to fight the guy. And let's be honest about it. All of us love to criticize Devin Haney, and sometimes rightly so because of his dad. But let's be real, Devin Haney, even if the decision was controversial, he did fight VASYL Lomachenko and he did manage to beat him. Even though I thought VASYL Lomachenko won, it was a contentious decision, so you can make a case that Devin Haney won. But the fact is, he went in there and he fought the guy. Tank Davis never wanted to challenge himself with the likes of VASYL Lomachenko, and at the time when the fight was first people were talking about it being made, you can understand why. VASYL Lomachenko was at the top of his game. But now, when he's much older, the fact that he still doesn't want to make the fight, there's nowhere else for Lomachenko to actually go. So I think the right decision was actually made for Lomachenko to retire. I mean, he went out on a high note. He managed to beat Cambosis, win the IBF and IBO title. I think he's an 8-9 time world champion, obviously in 3 weight classes, which I mentioned before. The funny thing is, I feel like he could have tried to become undisputed in one of the weight classes. Obviously, he always fought bigger fighters that were taller than him. So in my opinion, I think he could have been undisputed, but for whatever reason, he didn't choose to go there. And regardless of what you say, skill-wise, he's probably one of the most skillful fighters I've ever seen. Usually, when you see fighters like with the Olympic pedigree that Lomachenko has, they usually are boring fighters like the likes of Rigan Diao or the likes of he's done everything he could potentially do in his sport. So the right time to leave the sport is now, and I think he made the right decision. Tell me what you think below. Do you think what I'm saying is true, or do you think I don't know what I'm talking about? Tell me what you think, and like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. And we'll see whether he sticks to the retirement, because there could be a chance that he comes back. It's happened in the past, but tell me what you think below and like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace.